Hey, Zach here with Techno CNC Systems, back with another tutorial video for you. Today we're going to be talking about setting up your zeros and loading and running a file. One thing to keep in mind when you are setting up your zeros is to ensure that the same way that you program your file in your CAD software, you set up the machine out here the same way. So that is setting your X and Y zeros and Z zeros in the same positions that you're going to be running your file from. First thing we're going to have to do for setting our X and Y zero position is manually jog the machine into the general area that we want to set our zero. Once there, we can slow down the machine, get to a more precise location. We're going to switch then into stepping mode to get our exact position and set our XY zero at that point. Come along and I'll show you how we get that done. Once you've established where you need to set up your X, Y, and Z zero positions based on the programming in the file that you're looking to run, you're going to manually jog the machine in high speed to the general location you want to set. So we're going to jog in our X and our Y to our location, which is going to be this front left corner. Once you're in the general location, we can switch our jog speed to slow and get a little bit more of a precise location. Just have to do that now. You may need to lower down your Z-axis to get a little bit closer to the material. That way you can really see where your tool is. Once you're satisfied, if you need to make any other small adjustments, this is when you're going to switch to your stepping mode with your handheld controller. And you're going to step in whatever direction until you're satisfied with that location. Now that we have it in the location that we would like to set, at this point, you just have to press your X, Y equals 0 button on your handheld controller. You'll be prompted with another message here that just wants you to confirm that that is the position you want to set. We'll press OK, and you'll see your X and Y coordinates have cleared out, and that is your new zero position. Now that we have our X and Y zero position set up, we have to set our Z zero. Whenever you are setting up your Z zero position, it's important to make sure that you have your vacuum on and your valves open, so that way your material and your MDF is sucked down to the table. That will change the height of your Z0 if you set it before turning on your vacuum. So now we've turned on our vacuum here in the shop, and we're going to go ahead and start setting our Z position. Depending on how you have your file programmed, you may be setting your Z0 off of your material surface or potentially your machine bed or spoil board. Depending how you've set up your files, that's how you're going to set up your Z0 here on the machine. For us, we have ours set at our material surface, and so we're going to do our touch off directly on our material. In order to do that, we're going to jog our machine close to the shoulder with our Z0 touchpad. We're going to place the touchpad underneath our tool. So you want to center your touchpad underneath your tool. Once we initiate the process, the Z-axis is going to start to lower all the way until it touches off of our touchpad. So it is important that you have that centered and your tool is going to make contact with that touchpad. It may be easier if you lower your Z-axis slightly to get it a little bit closer to the touchpad. That way it's easier to see if you are actually centered. So I'm going to do that now. Here, click on Z- to lower the Z-axis to get a little bit closer to the touchpad. You may need to make a minor adjustment to the touchpad. Once you're satisfied, we can initiate the tool touch off this button, and we're going to press our Z positive or the number 9 button. Hold shift, press the Z positive, process starts. All right, so now we have our X, Y, and 0 positions all set up on the machine, and we're ready to load and run our file. We're going to cover that in our next video, so we'll see you there.